Thank you for joining us for this short video on e-filing for lobbyists at the City of Austin. After registering as a lobbyist, you will receive an email from the Office of the City Clerk with a link to e-filing. Aaron will walk you through the process.
Hello, and welcome to the e-filing system training presentation. Today we're going to cover how to file a registration report for your lobbyist e-filing account. So after you submit the contact form to the clerk's office creates an e-filing account for you and sends an automatic email to the email address provided on the contact form. That email includes a link. When you use that link, it'll take you to this page and prompt you to enter a password. Please be sure to read the password naming convention information at the top of the screen and ensure that your password complies with the rules. Once your password's been entered, click Submit. The next section will ask you to fill out at least 3 security questions. I'm just going to provide some generic answers here. Once you've entered at least 3 security questions and the answers, scroll down to the bottom and select Save. Next, you'll be prompted to fill out the registrant's business address. After the business address, you'll be prompted to enter a mailing address. There is an option at the top here to say that the mailing address is the same as the business address you just provided. Once you've completed the address section, select Save. Next, you'll be asked to confirm the address information you just provided. After you confirm that everything's accurate, you can select Accept. If anything needs to be updated or changed at all, you can select Update. In our case, everything looks good, so we're going to select Accept. This is the e-filing system home screen. From here, you can manage your reports, update your profile information, and manage your fines and fees. In our case, because we're filing a registration report, we are going to select Manage My Reports. So to proceed with completing your registration report, from the home screen, you're going to want to select this button that says Manage My Reports. On the next screen, you'll see a button to start the registration report that's enabled over here. If for whatever reason the button is not enabled when you get to this point in the process, please reach out to the clerk's office so we can help troubleshoot the issue. In our case, the button's enabled, so we're going to proceed with starting the registration report. Okay, the first section of the registration report covers municipal questions. The first field you'll be required to enter is a specific description of the municipal question. An example description would be something like land use. The next question asks, does the municipal question pertain to real property? If you select yes, you will be prompted to enter either an exact address of the property or a description of the property.
In our case, we're going to choose address and enter the address of the property in question.
The next section of the municipal question is will be prompted to select at least one associated category for the municipal question from the list provided. There's no limit to how many of these you can select, but you have to select at least one. So in our case, our municipal question is land use, so we'll select construction, affordability, and historic preservation. Once you have selected your categories up here or down here, and all of the municipal question fields that are required, indicated by the star, have been filled out, you'll scroll to the bottom of the screen, and you'll see a series of buttons down here at the bottom. If you wish to add another municipal question, you can select Save and add another. If you are done and you don't need to add any more municipal questions, you can select this drop-down arrow right here to the right and select Save. This will kick you back to a list of all the municipal questions that you have entered up to this point. In our case, we've only entered one, and we can see it here. If at any time you need to edit the municipal question information that you just provided, you can select the Edit button. If you wish to delete any of the municipal questions that you have entered, you can select the Delete button. If you are completed entering all your municipal questions, you can select Next. If you need to add a new one, you can select the Add button. In our case, we're done, so we're going to select Next. The next section of the registration report will ask you to report your various clients. So there is an option at the top here to say I represented no clients during the applicable reporting period. If you select that, it'll prompt you to save and move to the next section. But we're actually going to enter a client at this time. So the first question for the client identity is the client an individual or an organization? When you select individual, you'll be prompted to enter a first name and last name. Client's address. And the nature of the client's business. Similar to the Municipal Questions page, if you wish to add another client, you can select the Save and Add Another button at the bottom here. If you're done adding clients, you can select the little drop-down arrow and select Save. Again, just like the Municipal Questions, it'll kick you back to this List of Clients page, where you will see every client that you've entered up to this point. If you need to edit any information for a client, you can select the Edit button next to that line item. If you need to delete a client, you can select the Delete button. If you forgot to add a client, you need to add another one, you can select the Add button from the list page. Or if you're happy with your list of clients, want to proceed to the next section, select Next. Final section of the registration report will ask you to enter any employees and associates. In this case, select Doctor. Provide the business address. You will also be asked if the employee that you just entered is related within the third degree of consanguinity or affinity to the mayor or council member or member of their household as defined in City Code Section 4-8-6, Section A, subsection 5. If yes, select the Add Mayor/Council Member Related to Employee button below. That's this button right here. In our case, it's not related. So we have again, just like the previous two sections, we have the option to save and add another employee or associate. Or if we're happy with our selection or our information that we've entered up to this point, we can use the little drop-down arrow and select Save. Again, it'll kick you back to a list showing all the employees and associates that you've entered up to this point. You can edit. You can delete, you can add, or if you're happy with the list as it appears, you can select Next. The error check is one of the final stages in filing the registration report. The e-filing system will actually check all of the information that you've provided, and if there's any missing information that's required, it'll get flagged in this section. In our case, all the information that's required to be provided has been provided. And so we will want to proceed to filing by selecting the big Continue button. In order to complete filing the actual report, you will need to fill out an affidavit. The way the affidavit is filled out in the e-filing system is you provide an electronic signature by entering the first name and the last name of the lobbyist for who the account's been created, and you will complete that section by entering your password again. Once you've completed this section, you have the option to save the report for later. Please note that if you select Save for Later, you will not actually file the report. It will only be saved in draft mode, and your registration will not yet be complete. If you are done filling out the registration report and you wish to complete the filing, select File Now. Once you have filed the report, you will get to this confirmation screen here. A confirmation email will also be sent to the email address associated with the e-filing account. Typically, this is the email address that you provided on your contact form. You also have the option to download a PDF copy of the registration report that you just filed and view a PDF of the registration fee invoice. So now that your report's been filed, your registration is not yet complete until you actually pay the registration fee. So through the e-filing system, you have a couple of options for how to do this. You can select Pay Later, which is essentially saying that you would like to mail or hand deliver the payment by check to the city clerk's office at City Hall, or you can elect to pay the payment online by credit card. In our case, we'll select Pay Later just to demonstrate what that screen looks like. As you will see, by selecting Pay Later, it provides some information on how to actually make the payment. It provides the physical address of the city clerk's office if you were going to hand deliver it, and it provides the mailing address for the clerk's office if you wish to mail the payment in. Now we're going to demonstrate paying the registration fee online. Okay, when you select Pay Now Online, it actually kicks you over to your Fines and Fees page associated with the e-filing account. So on this page, you'll see a couple of sections. At the top here, we've got any late fees that are either outstanding or that we've paid. As we can see, we have no late fees at this time. And below that is a section including all the registration fees that we have paid or that are outstanding. And so as we can see here, here's the registration payment for the registration report that we just submitted. To pay a fee, you'll find the fee in the list. You'll come over to the left, select the bubble next to the fee that you wish to pay, and then select Pay Now. This is a breakdown of the costs associated with paying this fee. So the City of Austin fee is for $300 for this individual lobbyist registration. We also use a third-party payment processor that charges a fee on top of the city's fee. That is CityBase, and so the total fee, including the CityBase fee, is $307.05. You have the option to return back to that Fines and Fees page if you wish to mail the check in instead, or if you wish to proceed with the online payment, select Pay Now. Again, because we're using a third party as our payment processor, you will be redirected away from the e-filing system website to the CityBase website. Okay, when you get to the CityBase website, you'll see that there is a wallet feature here, but since this is going to be your first payment ever, since you're a new registrant, you're going to want to select the Checkout as Guest option down here. And you'll enter your credit card information. And then select Next. Next, you'll be prompted to enter your billing information. Phone number and email address. And then you'll want to select Next. Next, you'll be prompted to review and confirm all the payment information that you just entered. On the right-hand side over here, you'll see the payment details totaling all the fees you're about to pay. Please be sure to select the Terms and Conditions bubble down here, and don't forget to select the CAPTCHA underneath that. Once everything has been reviewed and confirmed, you can select Pay. Once the payment is successful, you'll see a screen that looks like this, thanking you for your payment, providing a transaction number, and you should also receive a confirmation email sent to the email address you provided to CityBase just now. If you have any questions about any payment that you just submitted, or you're having trouble with CityBase or submitting a payment, please contact the city clerk's office at the email address provided here, or you can give us a call by phone at the number provided here. If you remember when we first got to CityBase, there was that wallet feature. If you know you're going to be making subsequent payments and you wish to save your credit card information, you can always register for the CityBase wallet feature here. Otherwise, scroll down to the bottom and select Continue. Once the payment has been made successfully and you continue through the city-based process as we just showed, you'll get kicked back to the e-filing system, back to this fines and fees page that we saw before. As you will see, now that the registration fee has been paid, it is no longer listed under this registration fees section. To get back to the home page, you can select Home. If you ever want to view the registration report that you filed, you can always go back to the Manage My Reports page. Scroll down, and here you will see the registration report that was just filed. You can print a copy of it, and you can also file an update to that registration report using this Update button over here. If you needed to add clients or add municipal questions, add employees, or update any of those client or municipal question information that you had previously provided, the Update feature is what you're going to want to choose. At this time, you've successfully filed your registration report and paid your registration fee, and you are now a registered lobbyist with the City of Austin. Thank you.